fellow Virginians, as a lifelong Virginian and a United States Army veteran who you have elected 4 times, twice as Commonwealth Attorney as prosecutor, once statewide as Attorney General, and once as Governor of Virginia, I am here to ask you for your nomination today for the United States Senate. Now, over the years, together, all of us, we faced a lot of difficult challenges. We faced those challenges in the past, and we can successfully meet these challenges again in the future. As your governor, during a time of recession, I balanced the state budget, left $1 billion in the rainy day fund, and still gave $1.5 billion in tax relief to the working people of this state. I was chairman of the National Commission on Terrorism and Homeland Security and asked to do that by the United States government. I chaired that commission for 5 years. I was the governor of Virginia during the 9/11 attack. Our commission warned the people of the United States and the Congress of the United States 2 years before the 9/11 attack and made recommendations to keep our nation safe. After those attacks in New York and Virginia, Congress adopted 146 of 164 recommendations that we made, and that made all Virginians and all Americans safer, and they're safer today because of those recommendations. Senator John McCain is going to win this election in Virginia and across the United States. John McCain is a distinguished American. He is a distinguished veteran who will be our party's nominee for president, and he has gained the support of people across the country with a message of straight talk. Well, I'm kind of known myself for giving a little straight talk to the people of Virginia, and for keeping my promises and doing what I say I'm going to do. So let me say to you today, here are the things I am going to do if you give me this nomination and help me be elected to the United States Senate. Firstly, there will not be federal tax increases coming and voted by Jim Gilmore. There will be no more federal tax increases. The federal government takes too much money as it is and puts it in the wrong places. And all it does is support this liberal, Democrat policy in Washington, D.C. We're going to restrain tax increases and control spending in Washington, D.C. Secondly, I will vote against federal funding for abortions. I will vote for judges who will strictly interpret the law. And I will vote for a constitutional amendment to protect marriage in the United States. I will remain steadfast to the rights that we have in the Second Amendment to the rights of gun owners and sportsmen. I will vote to reduce federal spending and vote against earmarks and pork barrel spending. I will vote to secure our borders and enforce the law against those who are here in this country illegally. And very, very key, and finally very key, I will work to reduce these outrageous gas prices which are crushing our working families and crippling our economy. It is time for a declaration of energy independence for the United States. Now, that's my straight talk to you. Now, straight talk, as everybody knows, is not what the people have been hearing from their Democratic opponent, Mark Warner. Mark Warner said, I will not raise your taxes. He said it in front of Mark Early and the whole world. And then he repeatedly said that before pushing through the largest tax increase in the history of Virginia. That is not straight talk, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I will finish off the car tax cut. That's what he said before pushing to keep the car tax and keep people from receiving their last installment of the car tax cut. And that's not straight talk. The fact of the matter is that Mark Warner is just another Connecticut liberal like his mentor, Chris Dodd, a limousine liberal who says the American people, and even with many of their own Democrats. Now, if you nominate me here today, ladies and gentlemen, the voters of Virginia are going to get a very clear choice. Jim Gilmore, who will keep his promises, cut taxes, control spending, grow the economy and create jobs, and will work to increase domestic oil production so we can bring gas prices down. Or Mark Warner, a big government tax and spend liberal who promises one thing and does something else, and who wants to restrict our nation from developing our domestic oil resources that we need to bring down the price that we pay at the pump for gas. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Warner doesn't care what you have to pay for a tank of gas. He opposes drilling in Gilmore, and he opposes offshore. He opposes offshore drilling. John McCain and Jim Gilmore versus Barack Obama and Mark Warner. That's a very clear choice for the people of Virginia. In the coming 5 months, this will be a campaign for the future of Virginia and for the future of America. And it is a campaign with your help. We will win.